Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. If anyone gets themselves kind of into my situation where you have more all-terrain vehicles than storage, I'm just showing you that you can kind of stand them up on their back sissy bars and tires or grab bars and tires, and stack them right on in there. Between the back tire of that tractor right here, right there, and where I'm standing, there is a China quad standing up, a 300EX, a TRX 200SX, a ATC 200S, and an ATC 200X with an S motor on it. I mean, that's more or less doubling the amount of storage you have by just putting them back down on their wheels. I have to be honest. I've been stacking the 200S models up like this for a couple of years now, 2-3 years. Doesn't seem to hurt anything. The only time you could get into trouble, quite honestly, is if you got plastic on them and the tires go flat. You can have the quad or trike leaning on the plastic, and it will damage the plastic. The other thing is, sometimes as the tires go flat, you leave the garage and then you come back and you find suddenly the the quad or trike leaning on something, or if there's enough space, it'll flop back on its wheels. I personally, when I let these down, I don't just drop them. I try to put them down as carefully as possible. The three-wheelers are pretty easy to lift up onto the back wheels. The 200SX wasn't bad. I was able to do that, but quite honestly, the 300EX, it was right at my lifting limit. I did get the front end up, and managed to stand it up, but it was pretty close to all I could do to pick it up and get it on its back tires. It seems that when they built these, the length of the grab bar is set up just perfect so that they balance. The wheelie bar, so to speak, is set up just perfect, so you achieve balance. I think, once again, they set them up like that. On the TRX 200SX over there, it had a homemade grab bar, and it was a little too long, so it had a tendency to pitch forward, especially once again when the tires were flat. So I actually had to take it off, re-drill it, and reinstall it. So this winter has not been bad where I live in the Hudson Valley, the upper Hudson Valley. So we haven't had much snow. This is kind of a way of setting yourself up. With everything stood up here, I can still theoretically squeeze something in here and manage to be able to work on it. I still have a little bit of space. When it comes to storage, I could put one of the quads back in here. The second quad doesn't quite have enough space to squeeze in. If you arrange your garage such that the you have clear paths, so to speak, on your way quite straight through, right? You can actually make even a little better utilization of this space. I kind of have tables and tires and other stuff kind of interwoven, which messes me up a little bit. Also with the pass-through of two doors, right, you can either take one out from this side or one out from that side. So when it comes to a space-saving technique, if you know, if you're desperate, you can stand them up. I do recommend not having the gas tanks full. If they're full, you know, obviously, you know, anything above here will probably drip out, get on your seat and damage it. Obviously turn the gas off, otherwise your float, the gas, some of it may get to your float and leak on out. So I've had good luck with this. I haven't had any problems. When you do put them back on the wheels, give them a couple of minutes for the oil to settle into place. You know, check the oil, make sure nothing freaky happened, like gas went into the oil, or your oil is no longer in your crankcase. It found someplace else to be, depending on the model, right? Make sure there's oil in it so that you don't blow the motor up. Typically, I can drop one of these on their tires, give it a couple of minutes to settle, turn the gas on, and be running in a matter of minutes. And most of that time is letting the gas settle. Just pay attention as you're setting them up. Be aware, if the tires go flat, they are going to flop down, so make sure they're not going to fall on anything important. If the tires do go flat, you can damage the plastic, so be aware of that. When you first set them up like this, I recommend kind of hanging out near them. That way, if they do leak gas, you're aware of that before you end up with a spill and problems from that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for dropping by. Now that you realize you can store more of these, go out and buy another few, save them before they get scrapped. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.